What's up, everybody? Good morning to you all. Hope your day is off to a great start. It's Wednesday. We're almost through the week. It is overcast here outside in Southern California. But hey, it's another day. The Bucks fired Adrian Griffin as the head coach on Tuesday after just 43 games despite the team's winning record. They're currently 30-13, tied for the second best record in the NBA. In the aftermath of Griffin's firing, Doc Rivers was named as a strong candidate to become the next head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. About 6 hours later, after rumors circulated that the Bucks were strongly considering Rivers to fill their head coaching opening, CNN, which is bizarre, CNN confirmed that Rivers accepted the position. Now, my thoughts on this is this. This is where I stand with this. There was always that chance for Doc Rivers to get back into coaching. I feel like when a coach gets fired, Rivers' name emerges as a leading candidate to replace that coach that got axed. Just a friendly reminder though, the Doc Rivers hiring looks cool and all, but he's not much of an upgrade from Adrian Griffin. I know that sounds strange to a lot of Milwaukee Bucks fans that I'm coming out and saying this, but it's the truth. Milwaukee was almost certainly a playoff team with Griffin. Certainly it was too soon to dismiss Griffin. He wasn't even given a full season. No way a coach gets fired in the middle of the season. Something had to happen in that locker room. Something went down in that locker room for Griffin to get fired. There was an obvious disconnect within the team. The culture was toxic. A developing toxicity invaded the locker room. Something happened. An act of betrayal. I don't know what happened, but something happened in that locker room. You heard the reports about Giannis and the veteran players losing faith in Griffin before he was fired. The Bucks front office reportedly favored Nick Nurse, who went to the Sixers and overhauled a system in need of change, but Giannis wanted Griffin. So, this is the guy that Giannis wanted. It was his idea to hire Griffin. So the Bucks, of course, listened to their superstar as he had a voice in it and hired Griffin anyway, mainly because he was given the authority, the leeway to handpick the coach. And now, 8 months later, in a shocking turn of events, you wanted to get rid of him. Now you don't want him to be your head coach anymore. There's no way you move on from this man so quickly. There's no way. And now you're replacing him with Doc Rivers. Now, Doc Rivers does have championship experience. You know, he's been coaching a very long time. He has coached a lot of different personalities. He is known for being a great communicator with players and other coaches. I think we've known Rivers long enough to know he's more of a cultivating coach. He's a defensive-minded coach. Yes, there is always a job waiting for Doc Rivers. This man is always landing a job in the NBA. He gets fired and he gets another one. He goes in the broadcast booth for a bit, takes a break from coaching, and then next thing you know, he's getting another job in the NBA. He's never unemployed for a long time. I don't think he is the answer for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows with Doc Rivers as your head coach. There's going to be some dark days with him, particularly in the playoffs, okay? Great regular season coach, not so great in the postseason. He'll get you there, but I need someone who can finish the job, and Doc Rivers is not capable of finishing the job. The man is still living off of the only chip that he won as a coach 16 years ago, despite achieving nothing since then. And you could give a lot of credit to Coach Thibodeau, who constructed that defense when he was in Boston. He had he had a big three in Boston when he won that year. But Doc Rivers consulted Adrian Griffin out of a job with his ideas, and then they turned around and gave the job to Doc. To me, this was the dumbest decision by the Bucks. I think he snaked his way into this job. There will come that time in the playoffs where he gets outcoached against a more superior coach with a mind for the game. Who blows 3-1 leads? Doc Rivers. Who coaches teams to 7 games and lose the series? Doc Rivers. Who always lead a team that collapse? Oh, that's Doc Rivers. And every time we made excuses for him. Every single time. This is what the Bucks wanted. A guy who will get you there but will fall short and won't come through when it matters. Like, could you imagine Milwaukee blowing a 3-1 series lead? You would have to be one of the worst teams of all time, coached by Doc Rivers. Coached by the one and only Doc Rivers. What I'm saying about Doc Rivers isn't wrong. A coach who is a proven winner only during the regular season and constantly blows series leads shouldn't be a leading candidate for a job. I don't think the Bucks got this right. This is a huge mistake. I don't think he'll last long in Milwaukee. How did it work out for him with the Philadelphia 76ers? He didn't last there. I think the Bucks rushed the process. Time cannot be rushed. What do they say? Everything worth having is worth the wait. Patience is a virtue. Curious why Doc Rivers was their guy. The hiring was to pacify Giannis, to keep your superstar player happy. Find someone for Giannis. Find the right guy who makes him happy. Feels like a desperate move, if you ask me. You gave the job to the most overrated NBA head coach. Doc is destined to fail. Defense is horrible. The team had really high highs, but really low lows as well. The only thing that is going to be different is that the Milwaukee Bucks will have a high-profile head coach who will be assigned with constructing the defense. But I'm not sure if he can do that. You have to have guys who are committed to playing defense. And nobody on this team is committed to playing defense. They all are offensive-minded players. It's never been their offense. I don't think it will ever be the offense when you have Giannis and Damian Lillard on your team. It was their defense. The Bucks defense is bottom 10 in the league. And that just can't happen when you have championship aspirations. The Bucks ranked number 22 in defensive rating on the season. And I believe since their Christmas Day loss to the Knicks, when they gave up 129 points, they ranked 27th in the league. That's not going to get you very far in the playoffs. You have to play defense. Defense wins championships. That's the old cliche. The Pacers have continued to rip them apart. The Jazz put up 132 on them one game after Giannis publicly lamented the team's lack of strategy on defense. Play defense. The Cavs, put up 135 against them. And the lowly Pistons, how about this? The lowly Pistons almost outscored the Bucks last week. They can't get any stops. They have nobody that can come up with stops. You traded Drew Holiday, which is one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Dame's never been a stopper, and don't expect him to be anytime soon. His transition defense effort can be a lot better. But his shortcomings on defense feel magnified because he isn't being optimized on offense. Dame just wants an offensive scheme that allows him to be a scorer. That's all he wants to do. He's fixated on one end of the floor. And a coach is not going to take over and magically fix the defensive deficiencies. I don't expect it to happen overnight. These players got to get on the same page, get acclimated. And with Doc Rivers as your coach, this year, you're guaranteed to lose in the second round. Get ready for it. Milwaukee will go up 3-1 in a series only to collapse. The reality is, the fact is, the Bucks should have never fired Mike Budenholzer, if we're being real. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate the love and support. Thanks for supporting the channel, as always. Thanks for checking in. We'll talk very soon. Don't forget to do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. Take care, everyone. Have a great Wednesday. Have a great day.